here is him, and this is Pure TV. And we're back at it again in week 10. I had to get that right because I know I messed up last week. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump straight into it. Don't mind that, I dropped my remote. First game we have on the list, we have the Bears winning against the Panthers. The 1-8 Panthers, they're looking like they're probably gonna have a good high draft pick coming up at the end of the season or beginning of next season. Bryce Young was 21 of 38, 185 yards. They got us filling in for Justin Fields, the backup. 26 of 33, 162, low scoring game, 13-16 Bears. You got the Pats losing to the Colts 10-6. Mac Jones did get benched in that game. I think it was because he threw an interception or something like that. They were saying. I definitely don't watch those games. Don't draw no interest for me. So I'm just shooting you guys these numbers and these some of these scores because I know a lot of people. If you do watch the NFL, I'm pretty sure everybody don't watch all the games, so you miss out on a few things, a few stats. So I'm just going to be filling you guys in on some of those. We got the Browns and the Ravens. Browns end up coming back and beating the Ravens 33-31. Deshaun Watson played. I feel like he played good. He was 21. He was 20 of 34, 213 to an interception. Lamar Jackson was 13 of 23, 233 yards. He had one touchdown, 2 interceptions. Those interceptions are costly. It's going to cost any team, especially if that opposing team scores off it. And seeing that he threw 2 of them and they lost by literally 2, if he can at least keep the ball out of harm's way, that gives the higher winning chance to win the game when you lessen those turnovers. So Lamar got he got to work out those kinks with those turnovers, but they did get it back yesterday. Last night they did beat the Bengals. So we'll be talking about that in my next video. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and run. Like I said, I'm gonna run down some of these scores real quick. You got the Steelers beating the Packers 23-19. The 49ers manhandled the Jags 34-3. I have to shoot those numbers out for you guys. Brock Purdy was 19 of 26, 296. He had 3 touchdowns. So after the rough week that they had, I think they dropped like 3 games straight. They came back and handled the Jags, which is a good team, playoff team last year. So they did what they needed to do. C-Mac had 16 carries, 95 yards. George Kittle, 3 receptions, 116 yards to it. So you fantasy guys, I know he got y'all something. I know he got y'all something. The addition of Chase Young to that 49ers defensive line is dominant. It's dominant. You got Bosa coming on one side, you got Chase Young coming on the other side, and just like that, you're getting clapped. But yeah, so then you got the Vikings beating the Saints. Josh Dobbs got the job done again against the Saints, and I'm glad they beat them. That keeps our playoff chances just a little bit, higher. The Bengals lost to the Texans, and I would say bad fashion because even though Joe Burrow played bad, and I gotta shoot it straight. He was 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. You have to take care of the ball in any game, any quarterback. You have to take care of the ball because if the opposing team scores off of that, you're putting yourself in a deep hole. Now, if you cut them to a field goal, it's still points scored on that, but it's not 7 though. So those two interceptions definitely came back to cost them. They did have a chance to win the game, and the wide receiver dropped the ball right in the end zone. Boy, dropped the ball right in the end zone. There's no excuse. You got to get it. You get paid. They're elite of the elite. They're the top of the top. In that top percentage. So when the ball hit the palms, you gotta catch that. Some people say the pass is behind them, a little bit behind, but when you go back and look, if it hits you right here, you gotta catch that. You got to. You got the Bucks beating the Titans 20-6. Lions beating the Chargers in a close one, 41-38. Jared Goff was 23 of 33, 333 yards, 2 touchdowns. And the run game for the Lions is starting to pick up. They're definitely starting to pick up that run game, which you could probably see coming with Montgomery and that rookie that they have and Gibbs. But they shared carries. Montgomery had 12 carries, 116 yards, 1 touchdown. And Gibbs had 14 carries, 74 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So the run-heavy factor in any football game, you can control the clock. And if you're dominant on the ground, and you're controlling the clock, and you're being productive and scoring off of it, that's a good recipe. That's a great recipe to win games. That's a great recipe to win games. And they won in a close one. So I can imagine. They still passed the ball. I mean, Jared Goff, like I said, he still had 333 yards and 2 touchdowns. Amari St. Brown had 8 receptions, 156 yards and a TD. Then I'm gonna switch over to the Chargers. Herbert, he was 27 of 40, 323. He had 4 touchdowns, but that one interception. I'm telling you guys, the interceptions to win games, you have to take care of the football. And these past couple of games, Lamar 2 interceptions. Trevor Lawrence 2 interceptions. Joe Burrow 2 interceptions. Herbert 1 interception. These interceptions come back to haunt these teams. They come back to haunt them. You have to take care of the ball. You have to. And they're in week 10, and if I'm not mistaken, it's only 17 games. So they got 7 more games to clean up. You know, to look in the film and see what they're not doing right. You know, what they're not seeing, what they're not on the same page and seeing. You got the Cardinals beating the Falcons 25-23. And Kyler Murray first game back, he got the job done. The Cowboys dominate the Giants in old fashion. Dak Prescott 26-35, 404 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. I mean, Dak had another monster game. You know, they bashed Dak. The media really be bashing Dak. But when he plays good, I mean, you gotta give him his credit, man. I mean, that's an amazing stat.
It's just some throws from the game from Dak. Some nice little dots to CD Lamb. It's like almost 30-yard pass. We got another one right here to Brandon Cooks down the seam. Right on the numbers. So Dak. Like what I'm saying from Dak. A lot of accuracy. Here he uses his legs, being versatile. I love that for Dak, man. A lot of Dak hate. But he played great this game right here, even though it's against the Giants. I see it for another little 27, 30-yard game. Here's one over the top to Gallup. Over the top of defense. It's a done. Cowboys looking good, man.
Let's see. 26-35, 404 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. I mean, of course, the 1 interception. You would not want him to throw that, but it happens. As long as you come out with a dub, you slide that on the road, as they say. The Seahawks beat the Commanders 29-26. The Jets beat the Raiders. And just to run back on that Cowboys game, though, let me shoot some more stats to you guys, to you Cowboy fans out there, because I know them Cowboy fans. I know y'all like that, though, especially against the division game against the Giants. Come on now. Yeah, Brandon Cooks going for 9 receptions, 173 yards and TD. CD Lamb, 11 receptions, 151 yards, TD. Bland had another interception. He's showing off because without Trayvon Diggs, it was question marks about the defense. Are they going to take a notch down? What's going to happen? Bland stepped right in. 5 interceptions on the season already. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think he might be leading the league. I don't know. I think he might be leading the league in interceptions. They didn't see that coming. But he's doing what he needs to do. And I love to see it. I mean, the Cowboys had 4 touchdowns in the air. They rushed for 3 touchdowns. That's a mean combination right there. That's looking like they're trying to take that shot. Y'all Cowboy fans, it's looking like y'all trying to get to that Super Bowl. I know y'all say it's y'all year every year, and us NFL fans, any fan, we always hear that and it never happened. So maybe this year might be our lucky year. You know, the way it's looking real good for y'all right now. It's looking real good for y'all right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot y'all some more numbers, man. I'm gonna talk about the top passers in the league. You have Sam Howell at number 1 with passing. You got Sam Howell at 1, C.J. Stroud number 2, and that's the rookie now. That's the rookie. And I don't even think I shot out his stats though against the Bengals. So let me run that back. Let me go back to that game because they did, like I said, they did beat the Bengals 30-27. C.J. Stroud was 23 of 39, 356 yards. He had 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Now, when both teams are careless with the ball, you can get a close game, and that's what it was. You can get you a close game. But Brown, who played for the Cowboys last year, he went on 7 receptions, 172 yards. It's tough, but Singletary with those 30 carries, my bad, said 300. Nobody run 300 carries in the game. 30 carries, and he had 150 yards on the ground with 1 touchdown. 150 yards is a recipe to get a dub from. And that's what happened. That's what transpired. Jamar Chase went off as well. He had 5 receptions, 124 yards a TUD. Mixon had 11 carries, 46 yards in the TUD. But it still wasn't enough. You drive down, you get yourself in position, and like I said, that wide receiver have to make that play, and unfortunately he didn't make that play. Texans went down, kicked the field goal. Another winning drive by C.J. Stroud ended up in the field goal. They got the dub, they move on. I love to see it, man. I'm loving what I'm seeing from C.J. Stroud, man. Like I said, from earlier weeks on, you're starting to see the development, and then now you're starting to see the praise that he's getting. And I just hope that he stays consistent, and he stays humble, and he continues to shine and grow. Unfortunately for the Panthers organization, it's looking like y'all home the bag. And I'm gonna continue to say it because it's tough. I mean, y'all constantly losing, they constantly winning. The Texans and the Panthers was almost in the same record last year. Like nobody expected them to be high. Like nobody expected their record to be good or none of that. And you must serve both quarterbacks, the one and the next one at 2. And the 2 is shining out more than the 1. The 1 got more help than the other. You get put in a situation, You got to make things happen. Joe Burrow made things happen. Trevor Lawrence made things happen. It might not have been Trevor Lawrence's first year, but that's why I say you got to give Bryce Young time. You can't rush it. But just looking at it right now, it's looking like they might have made the wrong choice. So back to the passing though. Sam Howell at number 1 from the Commanders. C.J. Stroud at number 2. You have Josh Allen at number 4. Oh yeah, you got 2 at 3, my bad. You got Jared Goff at 5. Pat Holmes at 6, Lamar at 7, Dak at 8, Justin Herbert at 9, and Jalen Hurts at 10. Now, for some reason, I don't know why I didn't get these 3 guys, the top 3 guys' stats, but I did indeed get the rest of them. Josh Allen, 19 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. 11 is a lot, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That's like I said, you gotta simmer down on the turnovers, and you see how they're losing games. You got Jared Goff 14-5, Pat Holmes 17 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. You got Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has 12 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Dak 17 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Justin Herbert 17 touchdowns, 5. So the ratio of these starting quarterbacks, and then Jalen Hurts has 5 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. So the ratio of these top quarterbacks, they're almost close and similar. Just the interception ratio, or the interceptions are higher for some, less to others, because some of them take care of the ball more than others. All right, so then you have the leading rushers, and from what I've seen when I was looking through the numbers of the players and the teams, I noticed 3 teams had 2 guys in the top 25. But the leading rusher in the NFL, of course, is C-Mac, Christian McCaffrey. 747 yards responsible for. He's averaging 4.9 yards a carry. And he got 9 touchdowns on the season. You can understand it. And of course, I have to throw my boy Bijan Robinson in there. He's sitting at 8th. He has 612 yards. He's averaging 4.9. He only got 2 touchdowns though. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they started lessening his carries and started to split some over with Tyler Algier because Arthur Smith felt like it was too much pressure on the rookie, or was feeding him a little bit too much too early. Which I feel like is true, because he's a rookie, so let's not overuse him. We see what we got. But at the end of the day, he's the best running back that we got. You know? So I would say if he got the same amount of touches as Christian McCaffrey, I feel like the numbers of yards would be just a little bit closer, because Christian McCaffrey has 153. He do have 153 attempts, and Bijan only has 125. So I feel like Arthur Smith, you definitely need to get Bijan in a lot of more action in the handoff. But teams see it coming though. Teams see it coming. Like I said, they was running him like you know the run was coming. First, second, halfback stretch, right between the guard. Well, not really between the guard, really to the outside. If it's not the outside, it's between the guard and the tackle. So yeah, then you have, and there's 3 teams that I'm going to tell you guys about are the Ravens, Lions, Dolphins. Shocking, right? But everybody know the Ravens. The Ravens always been a run team, but it's Gus Edwards in 13, who has 564 yards, averaging 4.2 yards a carry. He has 10 touchdowns, so he has more than C-Mac, but they have 2 players that's in the top 25 rushing. And the other player is Lamar Jackson, who I know you guys probably already, you knew that. You know, 535 yards, he's averaging 5.3. So that's between 2 players, they're averaging a first down each 2 plays if they just hand off. And remember now, I told you, Lamar Jackson is 7th in passing. So that combination of running and passing, that's why I got them. That's why I chose them. You know, before the season started, those are my Super Bowl picks: the Eagles and the Ravens.
And there's just a little run from Mitchell, replacing Gus because Gus is injured right now. You take it 2-6 all the way to the grill. That's them showcasing that they can run the ball. And here's another throw, Odell from Lamar, taking a quick slant back to the house, looking like prime time. Odell, you know, he got to do his little 7. I love it, man. As long as they're passing and running, it's hard to stop.
So he's averaging 5.3, and then you have the 5 touchdowns he's responsible for. That's a nice recipe, guys. I'm telling you, when you can manage the clock, and you can throw it, you got a decent defense, top 10 defense, or at least top 12, 15. Your chance to get into the Super Bowl are higher than normal, you know. And then you have the Detroit Lions, whom I was just speaking on, and Montgomery. Montgomery's at 19th, Gibbs is at 22. Montgomery is averaging 4.7 yards a carry. He got 7 touchdowns on the season. He's averaging 83.5 yards a game. You have Gibbs, who's averaging 5.3, 4 touchdowns on the season. He's averaging 68 yards a game. So between that right there, that's
And here are some runs from the game. The 2nd and 1. Look at that line dominating in the trenches. Nice little run. Another little run from the outside from Gibbs. I'm there running the ball, getting yards, man. This is what I mean by two-headed monster, man. It's easy to dominate a game, man. You got two-headed monsters running in. Look at Gibbs, a nice little run. Trying to get it up in there. Fortunately, steps out. And here we go right here, Montgomery. Great run. The Lions, man, their run game is tough when you take it all the way to the grill.
Give or take, it's maybe 150 yards a game. Easy. 150 yards a game. Really 160 yards a game. You know, so that, like I said, that's a recipe for a dub to me. You get 2 rushers, same team, you controlling the clock, you're grounding and pounding. It's a long Sunday. Then you have the Dolphins, and I know the Dolphins probably sound shocking just because I know I don't want to pronounce his name wrong, but I think it's Achane, or however you say it, Achane. But yeah, he's been injured, but they're still in that top 25. He's still in that top 25. Raheem Mostert, he's averaging 5.6 a carry. He has 11 touchdowns on the season, so he's a scoring machine. When they hand it off to him, he's getting it up in there. They're putting him in a position to just hand it off. He used that speed, he's gone up out of there. Not just speed, but vision as well. I don't want to just say speed because everybody has speed, but his speed is, they got that next gear in the Dolphin uniforms, him, Tyreek, and Waddle. But yeah, Achane, he's averaging 12.1. So that's our first down. Each time he handed off to him, 12.1 is crazy. He has 5 touchdowns on the season. I mean, it's tough. That's tough. That's a tough combination. Once, like I said, I feel like once the Dolphins, the defense can back them up just a little bit more, and the offense stay consistent against teams that's above 500 when they get in those tough battles, they have to continue to put points on the board, and they have to continue to ground and pound. I feel like they should use more of that West Coast offense and just ground and pound, and then catch them with a play action. They're gonna respect the 2 fast wide receivers. They're gonna take a shot. They're gonna take a chance at that run game. Continue to pound it. They need that other guy to get back healthy, so they continue to get that 2-headed punch. If you get that 2-headed punch, you get them to stack the box or at least go man. Then you use that play action. Boom, 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 boom. Now you're getting somewhere. So we have the best, I'll say the best in the NFL in pass defense. I do have it's not in order, but the Ravens, they allowed 9 touchdowns, but also have 9 interceptions. Jets, same as well, 9 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. I don't know how y'all take that, but I just look at it like, shoot, you give up, you get something. You give up, you get something. You feel me? So then you have the Rams. They gave up 9. They have 4 interceptions. So I don't think that's good though. I don't think that's good. But yeah, the Ravens, 9 touchdowns. They also have 10 interceptions.
All right, and this is one of the nicest interceptions by Hamilton. Nice little start. Nice little walk-in, tough little walk-in. Tough.
Forcing turnovers. They're getting the ball back, as well as giving up touchdowns. You're gonna give up touchdowns. Nobody's completely shutting nobody out now. It's a scoring league now. Everybody just want to see points, but some defenses do put up a stop. They do what they need. They do what they need to do. The Texans, 9 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. So that was a little rundown for the passing defense. Make sure I get all my stuff together. Then we have the run defense. The run defense for some of those teams. The Bears, the run D for them, yards per carry is only 3.2. So they're stopping the run, even though it's sweet. It's not so sweet when that defense is doing what they need to do against the run, and they only allowed 4 touchdowns. So then at number 2, we have the Patriots averaging they're allowing 3.4 yards a carry. They only let up 9 touchdowns. Then you have the Texans, who's averaging 3.5, only let up 11. The Bucks, they only let up 4, and they only let the Bucks, Eagles, Lions, and Vikings. They're only letting up Bucks. What they say? Let me see. Yeah, the Bucks letting up 4, Bears letting up 4. They only let up 4 touchdowns in the run. Bucks, Bears, Falcons only let up 4 touchdowns on the season. The Falcons defense, even though we didn't hold up the last 2 games, we're still, you feel me? We're still there. The Chiefs, Eagles only let up 3 touchdowns. So, that matchup in the Super Bowl, they're still holding that run game down. They're still doing what they need to do. So yeah, guys, that's it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoy the video. If you do, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. Go ahead and share, comment, like, and I hope to see you next time on my next YouTube video. Peace out.
Don't forget to like, share, and comment.